Oh, oh gosh. Sorry about that. Excuse me. All right, hello everybody. Silver here. We're back. Don't mind. I had a random burp in the middle of my fucking intro. God, god damn. I didn't mean for that to happen. Man, you know, I know I'm playing like ZZZ, but I have to state, I have to say it. I really hope like Pocket Pair keeps going with Pal World. Like, I don't want it to be done at 1.0. I want them to keep, like, going with the game. Keep updating, adding more shit. Because it's kind of fun. I mean, you do have to be into the kind of like survival genre, survival base building genre. Uh, and I have found occasionally some issues, especially if you're playing solo. Uh, if you're not somebody who tends to visit dungeons or do like too much exploring, you're mostly there for like pal catching and base building. Uh, you do have to be sparse on what you're spending your tech points on. Uh, you do have to be kind of sparse, or else you're gonna have to be grinding uh, bounty bosses, like the human bosses, and going into dungeons very often in order to unlock everything. Or you could get lucky with chests. That's also a thing that could happen. Getting lucky with chests is something that you could do. Also, I will say, I wish the promotion style did something, like gave you some type of uh like boost, because each person has like a different promotion style. I'd love, I would really love for it to give different boosts of different kinds, but meh, that's not my problem, I suppose. But no, no, Foul World. I'm fucking. So, when I'm playing solo, uh, I'm currently just like, oh hey, let me boost the XP, let me boost certain things. So I'm not having to grind out as much shit by myself. It's different if you have, like, more people playing with you. When you're playing solo, it feels a lot more like, oh hey, my resources are much more limited on shit that I can, like, get. What's about to leave? Deadly Assault. I'll have to go do that. What's that three, bastard? Okay. The lag there. I love that it doesn't lag in this menu. But, like, when I'm in open world and Boastrum, it'll occasionally lag like that. And I think it has to do with the amount of characters and shit that's loaded on screen at one time. Because there's not, like, any loading screens, and it feels kind of bigger and more active than the previous places we've been to, like New Eridu or Fartham Heights. Like the main open spot feels more active, and like more stuff is loaded and going on at once. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. It's just a fucking string on my shorts. Yeah. Why is it? It won't break. There we go. Got it. There's a loose string on my shorts. It was annoying me because it was like rubbing my leg, making me feel like there's something on me. Man. I do. Somebody once was saying, like, I was talking with somebody, and they were like, "Yeah, no, your argument is unfounded. Like, I've got like hundreds of these tech manuals just like sitting in a chest." And then they also say, "Oh, I'm playing on a server with like 5 other people." And it's like, yeah, well, a fucking course, you have 5 people. Like, what do you mean? That's kind of like the thing. Like, you're not solo at that point. You might be soloing, but like, you're competing more with other people. You're not like trying to be casual about it, I suppose. It's not quite as casual, I would say, as like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna like boot up the game and go play. And there's not an option to change how many tech points you get, by the way. That's just not an option. You can't make it so, oh yeah, by level 80, I'll have all of the tech points necessary to get all of the tech. You would still need to farm like ancient tech manuals at that point. Because that's, that's something you'll need, but either way, uh, yeah, it's like you have to go and do all of the content. And I mean, it's not bad. It's not that the gameplay loop is bad on that. The gameplay loop is pretty solid as far as like dungeon running, going back, gathering resources, yada yada. It's a pretty fun gameplay loop. But it is something that you have to take into account when you play the game. Is that even if you, bum rush to like level 80, let's say, I might keep this one for now. Like, if you get to, let's say, level 80 really quickly, because, you have, like, bonus XP on, like, you've got extra XP. So you're not having to farm as much to get to level 80. You're still gonna have to farm a lot. And you'll have to go into dungeons. Regardless, I think Hexalite requires you to go into dungeons anyways, but I'm pretty sure that's how you get Hexalite, is it's only available in dungeons. Which isn't a bad feature by any means, but it's like, oh, I could probably replace this. This will just probably be better regardless. Yeah. It's already better. Because it also increases crit damage. Yeah, she's got 102% crit damage. I still need more crit rate, to be fair. I do still need more crit rate. But we'll get there. We will get there. The crit rate will eventually be enough. She's only got 25, or it might be higher now. I think it still said 25 points as far as like stats go on that. I'm glad they added the point system because that was something that people like counted outside of the game anyways to see how good their build was. Which that's substat rolls, or sorry, it's a combination of all your stat rolls is what that point system is. I know I'm bouncing back and forth between Power World, like talking about Power World and talking about the Zenless Zone Zero. But you have to understand, if you've watched my videos, that's just how I operate. That's what you call ADHD brain. But, yeah, no. I'm glad they added the stat total thing. So you can, like, see it without having to, like, get a calculator out. Or rather a notepad, technically, but you wouldn't need a calculator. Either way, I was complaining about certain things in Power World, and it's not really a complaint. Again, the game is super addictive, so it's not hard to go and do that kind of stuff. But if that wasn't originally what you were trying to do, and like, you know, you are just playing casually, you don't have anybody else in a server, you're just sitting there enjoying your time in the game. Once you get to a certain point, again, level 80, I did very minimal, like, dungeon grinding and stuff before I got to level 80. So I only could get most of the tech between level 1 and level 45 that didn't have to do with pals. I could only get most of the tech there. I could not get every bit of tech with the amount of points that you get from leveling, and maybe a few tech manuals. Not many tech manuals, just a few. I did get a few times where I was like lucky and I'd get some, but it really is something where you're like, you do have to kind of grind for it. If you want all of the tech that they added and everything. And again, you have people who, like, there's one person I was talking to where they're like, oh yeah, just, you know, get everything that you need to, like, advance, and then also, like, skip, you know, the armor that would, like, you wouldn't need, like, the cold and heat resistant armor, is what they were acting like. And I'm pretty sure they haven't played Power World since beta, like since before 1.0, because they were talking about like, oh yeah, just get that one accessory that makes it so you don't need that armor. And I'm like, well, if you started a new game, you're not gonna have that accessory. Accessories don't drop it anymore. You can't just get the accessory anymore. Through like a chest, you can get the schematics for an accessory, but then you still need to, you know, be able to go to the areas that have the stuff to craft that accessory, as well as shit like you know, you used to be able to buy these accessories as well through either the dog coin shop. I said dog coin shop, or the arena. I couldn't remember which. I think it was the dog coin shop, and it's not available in the dog coin shop anymore. Uh, this is the reason why they said, "Oh, hey, it would be best to start a new game." I can tell this is the reason because they wanted to change how the like progression worked as a whole, rather than, oh, I'm gonna start with a game that I've been using for a long time, where I have everything, uh, and then just like run it from there. I mean, there's no shame in wanting to start from a game that you've already, like, done that in, but you get a different perspective of how the game's progression is. Because, again, you can't get fucking... Before the, like, you would be getting tons of accessories from chests and shit. That was just something that was always, it was one of my problems with the beta, is I had way too many fucking accessories. I just have so many by, just exploring and grabbing chests. Now they've completely changed how that fucking works. So, like, the armor for heat and cold is fucking mandatory, unless you just want to sit there and, like, wait until, you get Hexalite armor, which is the first armor that provides the first base armor that provides both defense against cold and heat to a degree that you could go to the lava area and the ice areas during the day and it not be a problem. Because you need at least level 2 cold and heat resistance to visit those areas. The ice area at night, you need level 3. But if you go during the day, you can exist off of, like, level 2. That's the area with the PAL researcher, the PAL genetic researcher people. Not every ice area requires level 3, I believe, at night. But that one does, for sure. Do I have Boopons? I feel like I do, but... I do. I just felt like I had Boopons that I didn't spin at some point. It's probably from the event, to be honest. I just wanted to keep yapping about Power World. For a second longer. But no, it's... The game works fundamentally, like, the progression is fundamentally different. Some things were added at different points, and I believe, PAL metal you don't have to actually get anymore. You don't have to, like, research that tech in order to craft PAL metal. But I can't, like, confirm that. I'm not to PAL metal yet. Like, actually. And it's mostly because I'm having to catch up with tech points and shit. Now, at the point I'm at in Power World, I'm like having to play catch up with tech points, being more selective since early on I was like, oh, I should have plenty of tech points. They increase, the level limit. Maybe the level limit goes past level 80 and the player can just keep leveling up. But no, you are stuck at level 80. Once you get to level 80, there are no more tech points that you can get by leveling up. Same with your stats. Your stat points you have to 100% after like getting to level 80. You are required to go to go find predator pals as well as go through dungeons to get the lotuses to increase your stats. You have to get the lotuses, get predator cores, and then craft medicine to increase your stats. That's just how it works. They did, thankfully, before in beta, it was so hard for me to find predator pals. They were just like fucking nowhere. I guess I might have just had shitty luck in that they weren't spawning in properly. But now that's not an issue. I'm finding those motherfuckers everywhere. Early game, they're a bitch. But, like, to where I'm at now, I can pretty easily beat them. But it was just like... Again, the game feels quite different from, like, beta. I'm recommending it. Genuinely. If you like the aesthetic of, like, a Pokemon game, but you're really into survival games, survival base building stuff, then you'll like Power World. Just saying. It's got that cutesy style, but it also is kind of dark in that, oh hey, I can butcher these pals with a fucking meat cleaver. Just in case I want their resources after I've caught them. I have no use for this pal, let me get rid of it. Very useful. But, either way, I will go ahead and say, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to support me in a way that's not just watching the videos, I have two ways down below you can go about doing that. The first way is my HoneyGamer referral code link. I'm not sponsored by them. That is my personal link. I've used the service for years. I will continue to use it, because it is just free money. But in order to support me through that link, you just have to click it, sign up for HoneyGame, download the app on either a PC or a Android phone, or Android device, and then do nothing else. You just use the device, and you're earning money. And over the course of you earning $20, HoneyGame gives me $5. So, it would help that way. It would take you a long time, because it takes me several months to get $20 out of it, but it is genuinely just something you can passively use to earn money. Sneeze. Fuck. Excuse me. Sorry. I had to sneeze really bad. It's one of those, like, where you pucker. It's one of those types of sneezes where, like, your body is just like, oh god, it's coming. But okay. The HoneyGain is just a good way for you to earn money as well as supporting me by helping me earn my money through HoneyGain a little bit faster. The other way, down below, is my coffee link. There is nothing exclusive on my coffee that you can't find anywhere else for free. But it is where you could donate if you felt so inclined to do so. Oh yeah, recently, literally yesterday, actually, I made a post on Twitter where I had rewritten one of the stories that I had wrote for somebody. Uh, there's a link to the story on my Twitter. If you are interested, you have to be 18 plus to read it. But if you're interested, because it's NSFW, you can visit my website there, that link, and actually read some of my work if you wanted to. Most of it isn't good because it's old. Uh, I've only got two things that I redid recently that are newer. The old version of that story is still up there just for posterity's sake, but I did want to rewrite it because the old one bothered me really bad. Because it just felt bad. But it is there if it's, something you're into. If you like, kind of like smut, it's there. I do stories that aren't just smut, but I haven't like published them very much. I'll be working on that too. uh, there's also a donation link on my website for donating directly through PayPal, but you don't get a fancy gauge like you do on Coffee, where you can see how much I'm saving up for a PC, a new PC that is. But either way, thank you all so much for watching, and if you've sat this long, 27 minutes in, 27 right now, if you sat that long listening to me just ramble about stupid shit you probably don't care about, honestly, that means a lot to me. I'm glad that you stuck around and listened for so long. You didn't have to. You chose to. You really did not have to, and I'm glad you chose to listen. That makes me feel very good. Makes me feel like, maybe people do like listening to me. But either way, for everybody else, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.